The DBrand Ghost needs to disappear. There's only one thing I like about this case. It has a couple of design flaws and one really fatal flaw. Now I'm testing 50 iPhone cases to find the best 5. This is review 37 out of 50.
Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump.
Each case gets dropped 30 times.
So when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up.
This isn't your typical clear case. Yes, it's a clear back, but the edges are black. These type of cases, most of the time they're clear. When it comes to the edge of this case, it extends past the back of the iPhone a little bit, so this clear back isn't going to get scratched when you do that. The entire perimeter of the case has these vertical hatches on it. Corners of the case are slightly oversized. This is a nice feature. And my favorite part about this product is the polycarbonate back. It looks like it's vacuum formed to the camera lump. So it's not two pieces, it's a single piece, and this is a really nice look for the iPhone from my perspective. I'm a big fan of this. This is also the first time I've seen a full polycarbonate back, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the camera lump drops. Weight-wise, it's going to increase your iPhone's weight by 46 grams. This case is ultra slim and ultra light because this is lower than the average weight of all the cases I've tested. Bulk-wise, yeah. It's pretty small. Now when it comes to grip, this is a notch below the DBrand tank that I just last reviewed. The only saving grace is the vertical hatching on the case. Really helps with the grip, but the back is very, very slick. The oversized corners also help sit the phone in my palm. Now the buttons on this case are integrated, but they are larger than average, and DBrand's implementation of their integrated buttons are better than most. They feel pretty good. There's 4 buttons, and the volume buttons, these two, they have vertical hatchings, but the action button as well as the power sleep button, they have horizontal hatching. So the buttons kind of feel a little different. Now the camera control button is covered, but it sits almost flush to the edge of the case, so it's actually very hard to find. Like, that's a brutal design flaw. And their button design actually makes the camera control button incredibly easy to push. If you get this case, you're gonna have a lot of misfires. Now that's the complete opposite of the DBrand tank, where this button is borderline impossible to use. So yeah, I don't know. DBrand needs to find a middle ground between these two products. Screen access on this case is very nice because the edges are incredibly shallow. I want you to pay attention to this corner because the screen access is so amazing because the corner actually comes off the iPhone. Port cutout is barely big enough for my fattiest cable. And at the bottom, my pinky's not complaining because it's very comfortable. For MagSafe, when it comes to pulling things off, it took 9.8 newtons. When it comes to pushing things off, it took 11.1 newtons. That's basically average. The back of this case is about 1.9 millimeters thick. The corners are a whopping 3 millimeters thick. Now the back, despite being a solid piece of polycarbonate, actually has a lot of flex. Only took 19.4 newtons to bend it 8 mils. That's 30% below average. Let's talk about drop protection. Now for corner drops, my iPhone recorded 8.63 newtons during the drop. That's 15% better than average. Now after the corner drop, the amount of rotation that goes through the iPhone, that was better by 61%, but the case does ring a little bit more by about 28%. And so between all these different values, the total force was very average. And it would bounce and it would hang a little bit longer and then come tumbling down. So despite being better than average on the initial drop, it's this ringing from the bounce and kind of hanging there that made the total force to be very average. Now when it came to face first drops, it failed, and it shouldn't have. But the problem with DBrand is that they have a build quality issue right in this corner. I don't know if you can see, but the screen, my iPhone with the screen protector actually extends past the edge of the corner of the case, only in this corner. Which is why when it does that, you can kind of hear the screen hit the table. So fails. So how about the good looking camera lump? Again, one piece of polycarbonate. My initial impression of this was that it was going to be very terrible based on what I've seen with other products, but when you drop it like that, no red marker. Initial impact was 46% better than average. The settling rates, this was actually kind of average, and the total force was 17% better than average. So the only other products that kind of have numbers similar to this also had a polycarbonate back, but they were layered. There were multiple layers to the camera lump area. So being able to see this in action was kind of neat. Yeah. Reviewer, not influencer. I even, like, this is cool. So if I wasn't a reviewer, would I get a DBrand Ghost? The short answer is no. You have a terrible design, you have a build quality issue. These stickers showed up a few days after I got my Ghost. A watermarking hotfix, I didn't notice an issue with watermarking, but still, like, stuff like this shouldn't happen. Again, I'm testing 50 cases to find the best 5 for the iPhone 17s. If you haven't yet, subscribe so that every single time I post a video, you get notified. I'm pumping these out as quickly as I possibly can. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.